Hey guys, Project Zodiac here. I'm back with another video, and as you can see, this is another unboxing video, and it's also another record unboxing. Now, this is one that I'm actually very excited for. This is the newest EP from one of my favorite musicians, which is Ben Howard, and also one of my favorite bands in general. So I'm just very excited for it. This is a very interesting release and a very interesting EP, and I have a lot to talk about it. So I will be doing my review of this EP in this video as well. So I'm just gonna go quickly through the unboxing part because I do actually have a lot to say about this. Um, but yes, I'm just super excited for it. So let's just go straight into it. We've got the name of the EP over here, which is How Are You Feeling? Then we've got Ben Howard's name over here. And then we've got this beautiful picture of Ben looking out into the distance thinking. And, we have all of this dark blackness here and then very strong shadows as well. It's a very noir-esque, which is really cool. And I've been watching a lot of those old Universal classic horror movies like Dracula, Frankenstein from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. So all those are in black and white for the Halloween season. So this actually is pretty cool because it relates a little bit with that color scheme. So that's what I'm saying. It's definitely got that noir aesthetic that some of those earlier Universal Classics monster horror movies looked. But this isn't like a horror album or anything like that. It's just the black and white noir aesthetic. I love this aesthetic. It works so well here. So just this big black space, and then over here in this frame, we got this beautiful picture of Ben looking and stepping out of the darkness into the light and reflecting on a beautiful day and just letting that lightness hit him. It is such a beautiful picture, well contrast, and I'll talk about this picture pretty soon again. So then over here we've got a little sticker that says exclusive previously unreleased music from Ben Howard featuring the tracks How Are You Feeling and The Burren. We'll talk about all of that pretty soon. Once we flip it over to the back, we've got side A with the songs How Are You Feeling, I Follow Stars, and The Burn, and then side B is Quiet Me Down and Lotus Flower. Little sticker that says it's made in Germany. So yes, this was a very interesting release. Let's just go straight into the unboxing because there is so much that was done correctly. Sorry, I'm trying to get this here to work, but I can't find the entrance. Okay, here we go. There is so much that is actually done pretty well for this EP, but then there was literally just so much that I don't understand the reasoning for it. So, first of all, this EP album cover really, let's talk about that. It really does capture the actual atmosphere of the songs. The songs are very thoughtful, a little bit dark, but it's got hints of lightness in these songs. So yeah, all right, there we go. Sorry, just 1 second. So the album cover really reflects all of this perfectly. How a lot of them are very dark, but then you see the lightness in it and you're stepping out from the dark into the light. That's really what most of these songs have. There's this darkness in them, but it's more like of an inner personal darkness, and you in that darkness are able to see the light. So I love that, and you're able to come out of it. And this is also very reflective of how Ben was in this era. So much so that the font used over here is very similar to the Burr Island EP and the I Forgot Where We Were album. In fact, even the color scheme and tone is very reminiscent of the Burr Island EP and his second album, I Forget Where We Were. And the very interesting thing about this release is because this EP is released to celebrate 10 years of I Forget Where We Were. And I did buy a record for that, that special edition of, the different packaging and the clear vinyl. I'll talk a little bit about that pretty soon, but Let's just go straight in here. There's no insert. Okay. All right, I did hear about this, but I'm shocked. So I bought this from the official store, and I guess that the official store does not come with an insert. The record's just here. That is really not okay. Um, and it's just a regular black vinyl record. On the listing, it says like it would be kind of like a different shade of black, but yeah, I was kind of expecting it to be the color of the inner label. But yeah, this is really upsetting that there's no actual insert in here. This just comes shipped in it. So yeah, that's the unboxing for this. Now we can really go into my actual review here. So this is made to celebrate 10 years. And one last thing that I say about this photo is it also makes me think of Leonard Cohen's You Want It Darker album photo, where it was kind of the opposite. It was just white and then there was that darkness, which also, I forget where we were, was released before Leonard Cohen's You Want It Darker, and it kind of has that same atmosphere. But yeah, this captures it perfectly, and I love the little like sliver of color of white over here and on the notes and the coffee mug. So again, it really captures that you're coming out of the darkness and you're seeing the light and you're going towards that. Very, very retrospective for the 10-year anniversary. And as I said, this is the 10-year anniversary of Ben Howard's I Forget Where We Were. My favorite Ben Howard albums is Noonday Dream and Is It. I Forget Where We Were is very fantastic. I love all his albums. It's just a bit hard to rank where I would put I Forget Where We Were, because Collections from the Whiteout is very fun to sing along to, but album wise, I Forget Where We Were is definitely a better structured album. But anyway, that's besides the point. What I'm trying to get at here is these songs are songs that was released that was recorded during that particular era. So let's go over the songs and then we'll start talking about my issues. How Are You Feeling is a beautiful song. It's so atmospheric. It almost sounds like it's from the Noonday Dream era, and it's amazing. I love it so much. It's very thoughtful, but also has a bit of hopefulness in it as well, but also just a bit melancholy, like, you know, you're just thinking, oh, maybe I should have said this a little bit differently so I wouldn't have hurt my their feelings, or you know, I'm just pissed off about this situation, I'm taking it out on them even though they have nothing to do with that. So it's a song that really makes you think about like, how are you feeling, you know, in whatever situation or anything like that, good and bad situations. So this song is fantastic. I love it. And a lot of people are actually complaining about this song because on the credits for this song, it's the format of the band that was made after Ben released I Forget Where We Were. Short version is the band lineup had changed while he was touring for I Forget Where We Were, and the new band lineup is credited for this. So in other words, this wasn't recorded during the sessions for I Forget Where We Were. However, Ben and his team has come forth and has explained that this was just after that band lineup switch, and they just recorded it right after that. So it was a in-between era, in between I Forget Where We Were and Noonday Dream, but mostly sometime after they finished touring. So still being included in this, it makes sense, but I can also understand why some people would say it feels more like a Noonday Dream era song. It's a in-between era song that fits both aesthetics really well because it's also super dreamy and I love it. So again, there's a little bit of hopefulness in there with the sounds as well. I Follow Stars, the next song, it is so beautiful. Again, it has some melancholiness in it, but then it has some hopefulness in it. And I'm not going to talk too much about Follow Stars just yet, but I love the lyrics in it. It's so good. The Burren is amazing. It's such great lyrics, amazing instrument as well. I love it. Quiet Me Down is fantastic. You really feel such a big weight and still having hope as well, like saying, and I won't let you down. Things like that, just really focusing on calming yourself down and being hopeful and calming down and, saying that you're going to be good and do everything you can to help and just be good, and calm. And Lotus Flower is really interesting. It's I think the longest song. It's really well done, and yeah, it's just so cool. I do gotta listen to Lotus Flower a little bit more because I only heard it about 1 or 2 times, but I loved it. It was really cool. So that is basically my review on this. As an EP, this is a fantastic collection of songs from that era. And it's a great way to celebrate 10 years of this particular, the I forgot where we were era. But yeah, so this is a good EP. It's got some great songs. The feels all capture that aesthetic really well. It's great. So if you're just a casual listener, you're definitely going to enjoy this and it's going to be a great celebration. Now, if you're a big fan of Ben Howard like I am and you've been following him and his band for many years, there's some issues with this, a lot of issues with this, and it's honestly a really disappointing release at the same time, even if it is really cool. So, as you saw here on the sticker, featuring tracks that were previously unreleased. That is a lie. That is actually a really big lie. In fact, they even go out of the way to say, including the Burren. The Burren was released officially. Not that it was a leak or anything like that. It was literally released on I believe it's a surfing movie. I haven't watched it. I do know it is a movie. I just am not sure if it's a documentary, but it's called Spirit of Akasha. So the Burren was written, released, and put on the soundtrack and in this particular film. It was there. It's released. And it's been on a vinyl record, I believe, for the soundtrack of the movie. If not the vinyl record, then at least the soundtrack of the album that was released. It is there. The Burren is there. And not only that, but I Follow Stars, again, beautiful song. I love it so much. That was also on the Spirit of Akasha song. So we've got 2 songs that was released. So again, well, no, I was going to say including previously released, but no, it literally says exclusive previously released. Previously unreleased. So yeah, that is a lie because both of these have been released already officially, not under Ben Howard, under the title of Korsher, I believe. It was Ben, Mickey, and Nat. They did the song under a different title called Korsher, so they released that for the Spirit of Akasha soundtrack. So either way though, it was officially released. For that soundtrack. So that's a bit disappointing. And then we get into the next big issue. Originally, everywhere, this EP was listed with just 4 songs. How Are You Feeling, I Follow Stars, The Burren, and Lotus Flower. Out of nowhere, we see a listing online of this retailer that lists Quiet Me Down as part of it. So we weren't even sure if this EP, the vinyl, would include Quiet Me Down. And Quiet Me Down is a fantastic song. All we've had was live versions of it. So Quiet Me Down, White Lights, and Kiko are all fantastic songs that the entire fandom have been wanting a studio version for. So yeah, when we saw that, we all got super excited. We're finally getting a official Quiet Me Down studio recording, not just live recordings. That is amazing. But then we get into the big issue here. And that big issue is that that's not actually the case. So while we weren't aware who would be, like, if every copy of the vinyl would come with Quiet Me Down, because everywhere else it only listed 4 songs. A lot of us did check the product number for the version on that website, and it matches all of them, so that's how we knew all of them were gonna come with Quiet Me Down. So yeah, that's good. It comes with Quiet Me Down. We'll get back to Quiet Me Down in just one moment. Around the same time, people have been getting their records, and that's where I saw online that somebody did make a comment that the Ben Howard store one does not come with a sleeve, but other stores do. I bought mine from the Ben Howard store. I thought maybe that was just one guy's situation, but nope, I guess that's the case. So that's another complaint, which makes no sense. Going back to Quiet Me Down, so not only originally we had out of 4 songs, 2 had already been released, so 2 would be brand new songs. The issues for How Are You Feeling that people were talking about, the credits applies for Lotus Flower as well, so a lot of people felt a bit upset with that, but it's okay. But so then we get to the Quiet Me Down as a 5th song on the EP, so everyone was excited. And a couple of years ago, the studio version of Quiet Me Down got posted on YouTube. So we do know that a studio version does exist, and I think there is one as well for some of the other ones. I could be wrong. But point is, Quiet Me Down has an official studio release, or sorry, it has an official studio version. And it's just never been officially released. So we were all so excited when we saw Quiet Me Down because it would be the official release. But then that only leaves really only 2 songs that we haven't heard before out of 5. When we got Quiet Me Down, when we got the EP, guess what? It's not the song. It's not the studio version. It's a live version of the album. Or sorry, of the song. And it's not even the best live version either. So now it's a bit disappointing. Why not just release the studio version? Like, the fandom already knows it's out because it's been leaked on YouTube. But nope, they released a live version of Quiet Me Down. Lotus Flower, it's also a bit live. It's like a studio live version for Lotus Flower, so that's not really an issue. Still would have preferred if it wasn't a studio live, but like a regular studio recording. But yeah, so we're not done yet with the complaints. They changed the name of I Follow Stars. Originally, this song was called Spirit of Akasha, the name of the actual movie. But they changed it for this release as I Follow Stars. Now, maybe they had to because of rights issues with the name of that song being the name of the movie itself, and it was written with that movie in mind. I don't know. I do like the name I Follow Stars. It's a beautiful name. I love it, and that lyric itself on the song relates a lot to me. So yeah, it's really, really cool that at least the name matches the lyrics of the song. So that's one minor complaint, but just know that I Follow Stars is literally the same song as Spirit of Akasha, which is also the name of the movie. But then we have some more issues. So Quiet Me Down is a few seconds longer than the studio recording version that was posted on YouTube. So hey, at least it's a little bit longer, but the Burren is not. The Burren is almost 2 minutes shorter, and those 2 minutes are some very intense and amazing instrumentations, and it just makes no sense that it's shorter. It really doesn't. And so yeah, now because it's shorter, the song feels so much more rushed, and it doesn't really let you stay in that particular atmosphere of the song for very long. It's not a very short song still, but originally I think it was like 6-7 minutes long. And now it's like 4 to 5 minutes long. No, about 5 minutes long. Sorry. So I think it's like a minute and a half to 2 minutes shorter. Yeah, I don't know why. And I think Follow Stars is also a little bit shorter. Let me double check. So yeah, the burn on this release is 5 minutes and 30 seconds long. But the burn that is was already released through the movie, it's 7 minutes and 50 seconds long. So it's literally about 8 minutes long. So that's 2.5 minutes basically removed. And I just don't understand why. It makes no sense. And then for Follow Stars, that one over here is 4 minutes and 18 seconds long, whereas the Spirit of Akasha version is 5 minutes and 40 seconds long. So I don't get it. I don't understand why they shortened these two songs, because the atmosphere in them is so special, so magical, and really creative. So yeah, that really annoys me. But we're not done yet. We still got two more complaints. Somehow the burn sounds totally different. I don't know if it's the mastering or the vocal. I don't know, but something about the burn sounds so different than the original burn that we have. And I Follow Stars also has a different tone to it. I really don't know how to explain it, but if you hear the two versions, the EP version and the original version, you'll definitely hear a difference. It's so interesting, so strange. It's not that it's bad, but it's just an alternate version of it basically. Um, so I found that really really interesting. Now, the other two complaints that I have is they released this album or this EP as it is, and this is how I wanted to buy it. And then they also had originally announced, it's not here yet, but the 10th anniversary special edition of the I Forget Where We Were album with a different cover art, which is very basically the same cover art as the original, but zoomed in and a different color palette with some uh, hypnotic colors of leaves and branches on top of it. So it looks really cool, and it comes with a clear vinyl record. So I bought that, and they did also have a third version, which included that plus this into one particular album. However, that version does not include um, Am I in Your Light? I don't know how they couldn't include the vinyl exclusive song on that just because they put this EP smushed into it as well. It makes no sense. At least the regular base 10th anniversary one has that song, but the deluxe version that includes the EP doesn't. At least as far as I'm aware, which also makes just no sense. And then they released a third version of this whole anniversary thing, which has a different cover than the one that I had just mentioned. And it's a really beautiful cover, and it's really reminiscent of the actual original cover as well, but mixed in with like this kind of pose that he has here. And that is in this blue, beautiful blue colored. And that also includes this. So just different alternate artwork with the blue discs and this EP. And they're also not including Am I in Your Light? So those are how messed up this release has been. Um, Again, for a regular casual listener, if you love Ben Howard, if you like the music, this is going to be amazing for you. But for someone who's been following the band for so long, this is really upsetting and a bit disappointing. We only got two new songs, a live version of one we should have been getting as a studio version, and two somewhat alternate versions of songs that we already had before. So, two brand new songs, one song that was always able to be found online via live performances, and we eventually a studio version got leaked, and then two songs that was already released that they chopped up. So it is a bit disappointing. Plus the way that all of the release in general, the 3 or 4 different versions of the album, the way that Quiet Me Down wasn't listed originally, this not coming with an inner sleeve, it just seems super rushed and lazy. Um, I'm still happy though because I love this band and these songs are fantastic. But when you look at it in the marketing and a fan base side of things, not just marketing, but a fan base side of things, this was badly handled and released. Um, Honestly, I think this might be the worst Ben Howard handling of a album or an EP that they've had, especially because he's even doing a whole tour to celebrate 10 years of I forget where we were. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm ranting so much. I just really think that this needed to have a little bit more care. I do wish we got Kiko. I do know that on YouTube you can find the studio version of Kiko that also leaked, but I do wish they included Kiko here and White Lights as well. And it's just, I don't know, this EP would have been such an even better EP. But again, that's not saying that this is a terrible EP. It's still just, I just still have those complaints. Um, so it is a bit disappointing in some aspects, but I still love it. It is really, really good, and it really captures that era really well. And yeah, I still recommend hearing the EP. Now, if you buy the album on vinyl, that'll be up to you. Because if you aren't like a super hardcore Ben Howard fan, I would say, yeah, sure, go ahead, buy it. Um, Definitely buy it, in fact. But if you are a big Ben Howard fan, I mean, I would still buy this, even if someone told me these complaints and stuff, I would still definitely buy this. But some big hardcore Ben Howard fans, I would suggest take a look at these issues and see if you think it's worth getting this EP. It just makes more sense that way. But yeah, overall though, the music is still fantastic. I still think that every Ben Howard fan, or even just music fan in general, should listen to these songs. They are amazing. Um, but I do just have those issues, and a lot of them aren't nitpicks. A lot of them are actual things that makes no sense. But yeah, just imagine if they put two more songs here, Quiet, Kiko and White Lights. This EP would have been fantastic, like so much so than it already is. Um, but yeah, guys, that is my unboxing and my review of Ben Howard's "How Are You Feeling" EP. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed these musics as well, or these songs as well. Let me know what you think about these issues. Let me know what you think of this EP. Which era of Ben Howard is your favorite? And with all that said, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.